From parachutes and drones to kids, animals, and armed owners, football pitch invasions have gone completely out of control. Football matches aren't always stopped by fouls or goals. Sometimes chaos runs straight onto the pitch and steals the spotlight entirely. Viral streakers and planned publicity stunts. And here's where it gets even stranger. The 2019 Champions League final between Liverpool and Tottenham should have been remembered only for football. Instead, millions watched a woman sprint onto the pitch in Madrid, instantly hijacking the biggest game of the year. That was Kinsey Wolanski, and this wasn't some drunk fan losing control. This was planned. Her outfit wasn't random, it was advertising. Within seconds, security dragged her off, but the damage, or success, was already done. She reportedly received a €15,000 fine, yet the website she promoted exploded with attention, pulling in millions in exposure. Marketing textbooks couldn't dream of a moment like that.
The game's going to have to stop here because we have someone on the team.
But this story didn't start or end there. Behind it all was Vitaly, her boyfriend, a known repeat offender with a long history of pitch invasions. He'd already done similar stunts at the 2014 World Cup final and the 2016 NBA Finals. By this point, he was banned from stadiums. So instead of quitting, he adapted. He sent someone else.
Woo! I don't even know what to say.
What is going on right now?
Baby, I'm so fucking proud of you. You're about to pass me on Instagram followers. We crashed Vitaly Uncensored. Vitaly Uncensored is training #1 in the world.
They even tried to repeat the stunt weeks later at the Copa America final. But this time, security was ready. No cameras, no viral moment. Game over. It raises a real question. Was the fine punishment enough? Or did football unknowingly become a billboard that night? What would you do if you were running stadium security after that final? Kids who stole the world's heart. And just when you think pitch invasions are all selfish stunts, this happens. Back in 2014, during a match between Brazil and South Africa, a small kid slipped away from his parents and somehow made it onto the pitch. No agenda, no camera tricks, just pure excitement. Security rushed in, doing their job, ready to escort him off. But the Brazilian players noticed. Instead of ignoring it, they stepped in, smiling, laughing, shielding the kid from being dragged away too fast. In seconds, the mood flipped. The crowd melted. What could have been a harsh moment turned into one of the most wholesome scenes football has ever produced. We've seen it again and again since. Kids sprinting onto the pitch just to hug Neymar, begging Mbappe for an autograph, or asking players for jerseys. And instead of pushing them away, players pause interviews, wave off officials, and give these kids a moment they'll remember forever. Because let's be honest, if you were 7 years old and hugged your football hero in front of 60,000 people, would anything ever top that? That's football at its softest, and maybe 'tis best. Parachutes, ball drops, and extreme entrances. Now brace yourself, because this part almost turned tragic. One of the wildest pitch invasions ever didn't involve running at all. A paraglider literally dropped into a stadium mid-match. And no, this one wasn't planned. Wind conditions shifted, control was lost, and suddenly a football pitch became a landing zone. Then there are the planned ones. In one case, a parachutist was intentionally used to deliver the match ball before kickoff. Creative? Sure. Safe? Not really. The margin for error was terrifyingly small. Something similar happened during Euro 2021 at the Allianz Arena, when another parachutist misjudged the descent and nearly crashed into the media section. Cameras, people, equipment. One wrong move, and this becomes a disaster. Instead of elegance, it ended in a hard fall onto the pitch. At what point does spectacle stop being entertainment and start being reckless? Shirtless fans, marriage proposals, and obsession. And those invasions feel uncomfortable. One woman managed to dodge security entirely, running freely across the pitch while guards eventually gave up chasing her. She didn't stop there. She took off her shirt, charged toward players, and tried to hug one of them. The crowd laughed, the cameras rolled. But underneath it all was something more serious. This wasn't a celebration. This was an obsession. Footballers are idle, sure, but moments like this blur lines fast. Players aren't props. They're people, suddenly cornered in front of thousands. You could feel the awkward tension in the stadium, cheers mixed with confusion, security scrambling. Players are unsure how to react. Where's the line between passion and crossing it completely? Animals taking over the pitch. And somehow, this is where things get adorable. Dogs have an incredible sense of timing. One sprinted onto the pitch, grabbed a player's boot, and refused to give it back. The crowd lost it, security chased, the dog won. Eventually, it was carried off like a champion, tail wagging, soaking in applause. Another dog became a full-blown stadium mascot after getting hit by the ball and later being cared for by staff. Then there was the cow casually wandering into a training session, clearly more interested in grazing than tactics. A rooster once humiliated security by dribbling past everyone before exiting on its own terms. Birds have stopped games. One even became a team mascot after getting clipped by the ball and surviving. And the best? A police dog that saw the ball rolling and thought, "My turn," sprinted onto the pitch to join the play. No malice, no agenda, just chaos. Honestly, would you even want that match to restart? Neymar, the ultimate fan protector. And this is where football shows its human side. After Brazil's heartbreak loss to Croatia in the 2022 World Cup, a Croatian player's young son ran toward Neymar, clearly trying to comfort him. Security stepped in immediately. Rules are rules. But Neymar wasn't having it. He stopped everything, waved them off, and made sure the kid got through. It wasn't a one-off. At a PSG training session, a fan broke through security and was being dragged away when Neymar stepped in again, calming the situation instead of escalating it. No ego, no drama, just respect. In moments like these, Neymar reminds everyone that fame doesn't have to erase empathy. When chaos breaks out, he chooses kindness, and that's why fans stick with him. A hug worth the risk. He didn't run onto the pitch to show off or make headlines. He slipped past security with one simple goal in mind: to hug his hero. No words, no signs, just pure excitement. And in that brief moment, the stadium noise faded, because football isn't always about trophies or goals. Sometimes it's about a kid chasing a dream and getting close enough to touch it. Perfectly timed chaos. Back in 2009, with a Manchester United match almost finished, these two fans picked the perfect moment to strike. They sprinted onto the pitch like it was rehearsed, moving in sync, dodging security together. But the real magic wasn't even them. It was the crowd. Laughter, cheers, disbelief. For a few seconds, the stadium forgot the score and watched pure, unexpected comedy unfold. From laughter to legend. The best part wasn't even the invasion itself. It was the crowd's reaction. People were laughing, cheering, completely losing it. And just when you thought it couldn't get better, another fan stepped up and did the unthinkable. He placed the ball down, took a run-up, and buried the penalty like a pro. For a split second, he wasn't a pitch invader. He was the star of the show. When the coach lost it,
What's that phrase? Win at all.
Check out this moment, because this wasn't a fan. This was the coach. Jose Mourinho stormed onto the pitch and went straight for a player, throwing a punch in a flash of pure rage. No hesitation, no second thought. Trophies, titles, reputation, none of it mattered in that instant. It was passion boiling over, reminding everyone that even the biggest minds in football can completely lose control. From wholesome hugs to terrifying riots, pitch invasions reveal football's rawest emotions. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes unforgettable, and sometimes truly dangerous. One thing's certain, when fans cross that white line, history changes instantly. So which invasion shocked you most? Drop it in the comments, and if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. There's much more chaos coming.